What's up, guys? So today I wanted to show you how I go about sampling in FL Studio, a very simple way. Um, you can avoid all the bullshit of trying to track the time and trying to pitch shift it and all of that stuff. Alright, so here we go. First of all, I open a new project. I go to the beats per minute, and I try to keep it between the 70 and 90 range. The hip hop range is the old school hip hop kind of ish thing, especially when you're doing something like sampling. Well, I mean, this could even work for like sampling and electronic music and what have you. I mean, at your own discretion. But for me, it's hip hop, and this is the way I use it. So you go ahead and find your sample. In this case, for me, it was it's this Isaac Hayes, Walk On By. The longer version has a lot more instrumentals in it, and that's why I usually go for the longer versions that come from vinyl. And that's the sample, pretty much. So what I do, instead of throwing it in a slice X or whatever, I throw it into the playlist. Let me see if I can find the one that I threw up. Well, anyway, I'll just show you how I did it. I throw it in the playlist. And then what I do is I try to stretch it to fit that marker over there. I got to make sure the sample loops up right and that it loops properly. You take exactly 4 bars or exactly 8 bars and make sure that it loops in a way that makes sense. Oh, you don't have to do it like that, but that's how I do it. Because then I could still use even the first 2 bars of it when I got it all chopped up and everything. I don't even have to use the rest of it. But I still try to keep the loop so that it loops correctly. That way I have more to play with. And that definitely comes into play when it comes to hip-hop. Sorry. So I got it all looped up. And then what I do is I export it. Because when you get it all stretched to the beats per minute that you like, thankfully FL Studio, you can it'll correct the pitch so that it's on its original pitch. So I do that. I got it all lined up, and it fits really well at the beats per minute that I want it to be at. So what I then do is I loop it up, and then I throw in the kick, snare, hi-hats just to kind of finalize the idea. Make sure it fits up all nicely and everything. So when I got that all done, I export the wave. At the beats per minute, and then I re-import it so that it's at the beats per minute that I want. And when I got that done, then I throw it into Slice X. And then I get it all chopped up evenly. Well, I try to chop it up evenly. That way, no matter how you play it, it'll come out making sense. Like, let me show you. That way you can really play with it, really let the creativity flow. You can really decide what you want to do with it. So I usually chop it on every snare, every downbeat, every kick. Well, not every kick, but every kick in between the snares. That way you can really play with it. Once you get that all chopped up, you don't need to worry about making it sound right and correctly and fit well with the beats per minute you're at, because you already did that. You don't need to worry about pitch shifting and all that. Well, you can pitch shift. You can. You just highlight all of these. Well, you just highlight everything in here. Yeah, there you go, and you go into the tool thing, and then you can time shift and pitch shift if you really want to. In this case, I didn't want to. It just sounded weird. I tried. I tried to cover all of my bases. Try to see what else I can do with the sample. Maybe it'll sound better this way or that way. But in this case, it didn't. But this is a pretty full sample. It had basses in it, it had mids in it, it had highs. So what I tried to do was bring out the bass in it, and that wasn't working. So one of the good things about not pitch shifting is that you can go in and recreate parts of it that you think need to be recreated, so that the finished product is crisp, it's professional, and all of that. So I recreated the bass line. I just cut the bass line out in the sample. Easy parametric with the EQ, just EQ'd it out, low cut it, and then threw my own bass, and this is what it sounds like right now. So yeah, I just had to recreate the bass line, and that was actually pretty easy to do. It's not too difficult if you got the ear for it. Well, this is the bass of the track that I'm doing. This is not the finished product, of course. I'm going to go in, I'm going to mess around with these. Try to come up with different versions of it. Cover all of my bases, of course. But yeah, that's how I go about sampling. I hope it helped. This is one way to do it. There are many ways to do it, of course. You don't have to do it this way. I just found it really easy for me, and it makes my workflow a lot quicker when I do it like this. Yeah, I'll probably come out more videos, but thanks for watching.